Hello there, it's story time. Today we're reading The Adventure of the Floating Science Cupcake. Once upon a time, in a land where magic and science danced together in the sunny sky, there was a most unusual invention, a floating science cupcake. It was a deliciously enormous cupcake, softly floating among the fluffy clouds like a gentle balloon. This cupcake had whipped cream clouds for frosting and sparkly, rainbow sprinkles that shone like tiny stars. In the heart of this magical land lived a little girl named Sitara. Sitara loved dressing up as a princess, wearing shiny crowns, and going on exciting adventures. Her best friend was a golden retriever named Golden, who had the fluffiest coat and the waggiest tail. One bright and sunny morning, Sitara and Golden sat in their sparkling castle's kitchen, nibbling on chocolate cookies. Suddenly, a friendly, shimmering unicorn swooped down from a rainbow bridge and poked its head through the window. "Good day, Sitara and Golden," neighed the unicorn with gleaming eyes. "Have you heard about the floating science cupcake?" Sitara's eyes widened with excitement. "A floating cupcake? That sounds amazing. Can we see it, Golden?" Golden barked cheerfully, wagging his tail in agreement. The unicorn chuckled and nodded, explaining, "Hop on my back, and I shall take you there." With that, Sitara donned her shiniest crown, and Golden leaped joyfully onto the unicorn's back. Off they soared, over emerald green forests and glistening rivers, until finally they spotted the marvelous floating science cupcake. It hovered above in the sky, gently bobbing up and down like a merry-go-round in the clouds. "Wow, it's even more incredible than I imagined," Sitara gasped as they approached. The cupcake had an inviting door made of gingerbread that emitted a sweet cocoa aroma. As they landed on a soft, fluffy cloud beside the cupcake, the door swung open with a friendly creak. Inside, they met Professor Sprinkle, the wise and whimsical scientist behind the floating cupcake. She had curly, silver hair that shimmered like moonlight and wore a lab coat adorned with little candy buttons. "Welcome, welcome," Professor Sprinkle beamed, adjusting her sparkly glasses. "I've been expecting you two. Would you like to come in and explore the wonders of science?" Sitara and Golden eagerly followed Professor Sprinkle inside. The interior of the cupcake was a wonderland of sights and sounds. Magical lightning bugs floated around, casting a warm glow, while tiny machines hummed softly as they mixed glittering potions. "Today," Professor Sprinkle began, "we'll create a special treat called the Science Sundae. We'll use science to make it float just like this cupcake." Sitara clapped her hands in delight, and Golden barked in agreement. The professor showed them how to combine bubbling, colorful liquids that fizzed and popped with joy. Together, they mixed the ingredients with great care and laughter. As they worked, Sitara noticed a golden sparkle tucked in a corner. "What's that, Professor Sprinkle?" she asked curiously. The professor chuckled. That's my little surprise. A bit of magic to make the sundae special. But remember, it's the care and teamwork you put into something that makes it truly magical." Together, Sitara and Golden stirred the mixture gently, and before their eyes, the sundae began to rise into the air, spinning like a playful top. It glittered with all the colors of the rainbow, just like the sprinkles on the cupcake's frosting. "Look, Golden, we did it!" Sitara exclaimed, clapping her hands in delight. Golden barked and ran in happy circles, his tail wagging like a whirlwind. Professor Sprinkle smiled warmly. "You've learned the secret to science and magic, Sitara. Remember, the best adventures happen when you use your heart and mind together." As they finished their magical sundae, the unicorn reappeared, ready to take Sitara and Golden back home. Professor Sprinkle waved them off, tucking a tiny bottle of glittering sprinkles into Sitara's pocket as a keepsake. Back at the castle, Sitara shared her story of adventure with her cousins, Duke and Blue, over a special lunch of chicken and rice, followed by their new Science Sundae. They all laughed in delight, imagining their own adventures among floating cupcakes and magical creatures. And ever since that day, whenever Sitara looked up at the clouds, she remembered her floating science cupcake adventure, knowing that a sprinkle of magic and a dash of science always made the best recipe for a day full of wonder. And so, Sitara, Golden, and all their friends continued to explore worlds filled with magic, science, and friendship. Because every day was a new adventure, and there was always room in their hearts for more discovery. The end. That's all for now. I can't wait until our next Story Pie adventure together.